It's spring cleaning week here on Winging It Buffalo Style, and while we probably have been talking about the house too much, we also want to focus on your car. That brings us to Western New York Auto Care. We're here with Bob Gugino. Now, Bob, I know I can use some help in this area. How do you keep your car clean for the spring?
You know, to keep the car clean, it's important to keep it decluttered, to get the trash and the garbage out of the car, and also keep it vacuumed as well. But also a better way to maintain the car, especially coming out of winter with all the grime and the salt and everything, is to make sure that you keep the car salt-free. And where the salt collects the most inside the car is on the carpet, as you can see. And the salt will actually wick its way through the carpet and actually rot out the floor underneath. So it's important to extract that salt and all that grime and crud out of there to keep the carpet looking well and also to stop the floor from rotting out, like I said.
So I have a shop vac at home that I usually use to vacuum my car. Is that going to do the job, or do we need something a little bit more powerful?
Well, shop vac is great for in between to get some of the dirt out of there, but when you want to get the salt out of it, you really need to use something called an extractor, which actually will suck the salt and suck the stuff out of the rug and out of the padding underneath the rug to make sure that that does not cause any damage underneath there.
Now, on the inside of the car, is there anything else we need to do to make sure it's clean for the spring?
Well, you can do. A lot of people like Armor All. You can clean the dash real nice, Armor All it, make it shiny, clean the windows, that kind of thing. Would help it look good as well.
All right, well, why don't we head to the front of the car and you can talk about, outside maintenance.
Absolutely.
Now, Bob, you talked about salt on the inside of the car, but after winter, cars in Buffalo are covered in an outside. So what should we do to fix this problem?
Okay, well, the first thing you need to do is to keep good maintenance on the outside of the car, is to keep it clean and keep it washed. But sometimes in the winter, you just can't help but have all the salt and the grime on the outside of the car, as well as we talked about on the inside of the car. And as you can see the example here, here's one side where it was neglected and let go with the snow mud scratches and the salt, and here's the other side where we've actually cleaned it and waxed it. So what we can do is use a wax product to make sure that not only does it shine well, but it protects against the road grime and the salt and the tree sap and the tar that gets on there.
Now, these are all sort of superficial problems, but is there anything underneath the car with the mechanics that we want to make sure we take care of?
Oh, absolutely. Now, that's the most important part, because here in Buffalo, obviously we keep talking about this salt, and the salt really wreaks havoc on the undercarriage of your car. It's super important to keep it clean, to run it through a car wash, to have all that salt rinsed down out of there, and also to prevent it by getting your car rust-proofed and undercoated.
All right, well, as always, thank you, Bob. You've reminded me all of the things that I still have to do for my car before we get to spring.
It's a pleasure, Matt. Thank you.